Welcome to our algebra class. Our topic for today is belong to algebra 1. Algebra 1, graph the square root function. Graph the square root function. Okay. We have to find the graph for the function y equals 4 square root x. All right. Okay. The graph of the square root. The graph of the square root. This is a main concept for our class function. You have to remember this has one endpoint. It has one endpoint and it is shaped like a graph or parabola. Right? So this is a graph of the, for instance, let me give it to you one example. This is the graph of let's write some function y equals square root x. What is the graph of the y? This is example, all right? This is our the area we have here. This is x axis, this is y axis, and then let's write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 4, 5. Okay. So this function, I will graph this function like in this point 1, and then 1 here, and then 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and right 4, 2, 4, 2. And then this is 2, this is 3. This the other point is right here. It's in 3, it's at 8, 3. 8, 3. Something like that. So y equals square root x is our graph for this function is in this way. Okay. You have one point here, another point here, another point there. Right? This is an example. Very important that you understand what I mean. A function, I mean the graph, square root function is are like this. Okay, let's go and then find the solution to our problem. Let me erase it here and then start in our problem for the day. So in this case, the graph, so the graph y equals 4 square root x, start by finding the endpoint. So here we have to start is at some points by finding the endpoint. So we have to start like that. Since the square root of a negative numbers, I will write something. Since the square root of the negative numbers is not a real number, the function is defined only when the value under the square root is not negative. I mean, the function is only defined. The function is only defined for let's write x when x is greater or equals than 0. This is another main point. So the graph has this graph has one endpoint at so the graph, another point, the graph has an endpoint at x is another x equals 0. All right. So now we have to find the x value. The x value. We have to find the x value of the endpoint. And then, but how? Just by plugging in x equals 0. X equals 0. All right. So see. So now let's do the whole process. We have here white. Let me write use another color here. Our problem is y equals 4 square root x. 4 square root x. So substitute the numbers here. So y equals 4 square root. How much is x? How much is x? X is equals 0. Equals 0. So substitute right there. Once you do this, just simplify here. This will be equals 4 times 0. And then y is equals 0. We have this information now right here. All right. So now look at this. This information. I already found one. Y is equals 0. Keep in your mind. I will erase it to continue to find it more details. All right. I will erase it this. Now, what is the next step? What is the next step? The graph has an endpoint. Then this is a conclusion. Our conclusion. The graph. This is right here. Graph has an endpoint at 0, 0. Okay, this is one key. All right. So next, find the point. So next here we have to find next. Very important. Next here, find the another point. Find the another point. We have to find another point on the graph. Because we have only right now one. We need another point. So evaluated the function at the x value. You evaluated the function at the x value that corresponded to the integer y value. Okay, so that will be where x is a perfect square. A good choice for this one. A good choice for find another the point is let's write here x equals 1. X equals 1. So here the point. So it's a perfect point. So now substitute right here again y equals 4 square root x. So substitute x equals 4. So square root 1. So now we will continue with the process. We will have y equals 4 times 1. So y is equals 4. This is another information here. So another point in the graph is so another point in the graph What is the another point on the graph? The another point, then we have 1. So now we have 1, comma 4. That y is equals 4. This is another point. So now we are ready to the graph, to make the graph. The graph, the function, draw half of a parabola. Let's conclude this. Here, the graph. Yeah, the graph, the function. The graph, the function, draw half of the parabola. Okay, starting, starting 0, we have 0, 0, comma 0, okay, and passing through this point. Through 1, this point, the last one, 1, comma 4. All right. So now let's do the graph. Let me make the graph right here. So it will be, this will be my graph. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, 1, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna mark this point. 8. Just I needed those points. So now I will mark the graph. So 1 point. The graph is 0, 0, comma 0 right here, 0, comma 0. Okay, right here is 1 point. The other point is 1, 4. 1, 4 is the other point. 1, 4. So this is this point is 1, comma 4, and then the last point, which is a range, is 4, 8. But I didn't find it right now. But you check, you are able to check. It's exactly for this point. So graph is something like this. So this is our graph. 1 point here, another point here, another over here. Right? This is a graph. Graph the function. So this is really the graph. But also you can, you want it, or check. Just check. I would like to check some more important idea. You can also graph here. Graph y. Let's write here y equals 4 x, square x, by applying this transformation. So transformation, let's go applying. So applying the transformation will be y equals square root x. Okay, this is a very important idea. So let me do on the graph again right here. This is X, this is Y. 8, we have 1 here, 4 something. Okay, something. I will do the graph again right here. Why? Because I would like to compare, so the transformation of the graph. Remember when at the beginning my class explained the concept about the root function, the graph, how graph square root function. So we have actually this graph is right here, but look at the transformation. All right, the transformation. So this graph is this graph is corresponding to this is a y equals 4 square root of x. But I would like to make another graph. Remember, this one is in the beginning our class or algebra. So I did this graph. One point is 4, 2, and then the other is 8, 3. So 2, 3, right here. It's right here. So this is, so you translate in the graph, look like this. So this is the graph of y equals square root x. See? So ready? So this is our conclusion to our class for today. How graph square root function. You can see problems like this. For instance, you have x minus 3 inside, or x plus 3, or whatever inside. You simplify, and then, but it is the same process. How graph the square root function. Okay, as always, I remember you. If you discover the power of the mathematics, unleash your infinity potential. Thank you.